Hey guys, Zach here, coming at you with another video, and we are here, guys. Well, I mean, we're not here yet, but one more day until Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated comes out. This is going to be a video just talking about Rehydrated, all the hype leading up to the event, and I'm actually even going to be addressing the negative reviews that the game has already gotten. So, without any further ado, guys, let's get into the video. I think the first thing we need to do, actually, is address the negative reviews. I'm going to leave that to last, but I think it's actually important to address that first, because I feel like a lot of people are actually going to, particularly in this community, on this channel, are going to yell at the reviewers because of the fact that the game is not fully patched yet and we'll get a day one patch. But here's the thing, you can't do that. That's not right, because here's the thing, right? They are getting these review copies. These are the games. That's the game that they're playing, the pre-patched version. So, THQ Nordic expects them to review that version, because obviously they can't review it after the patch, because that's by that point the game's out. So they have to review the pre-patched version. So the fact that they are complaining about the bugs, the glitches and everything that in the pop-up that might be covered in the patch, you can't blame them for that, because they are reviewing this pre-patched game, and that's what they are expected to review. So, the two reviews I watched in particular were RGT85, who's a personal friend of mine, and GameXplain. Because actually, I'm in a group chat with RGT85, and I actually had a good conversation with him about the game. And he even told me, he's like, I talked about experts in the video, and you were one of the people I was talking about. And basically, he talked to me about everything. Before he put up the review, he talked to me about everything about the game, like what disappointed him. And we talked about it, quite a bit. He asked me the point of the socks. Like, he asked me a lot of questions, and it was good. It was a good conversation. And in his video, he made the very good point about this is the game that the reviewers are getting, before the day one patch. So you can't blame, it's a whole mess. And it's making me even more, frustrated and scared, because I'm getting the Switch version. And apparently, there are issues that are in the Switch version that aren't present in the other version, so they'd have to make a patch exclusive for the Switch version, so I'm really curious how much are they going to patch up. I think the one thing that really comes to mind is the frame rate. Apparently, it's really bad. Which is weird, because Shift said that the frame rate when he played it was actually pretty decent, and that was back in October, so we're pretty close to release, so I'd really hope that they're going to patch all this stuff up. So right now I'm just crossing my fingers, hoping that everything that looks bad in the gameplay gets addressed, because I watched the Switch gameplay for the first time today, because I've been avoiding the leaks. So I watched these reviews, and I've watched it for the first time, and it's bad. Like, the Switch version, I'm going to be honest, looks bad, and I'm really hoping that they're gonna address it, because obviously that's the version I'm getting. I'm just growing more concerned about it, and like I said, it's hard to be concerned with this day one patch, but again, it's hard because these reviewers are getting the pre-patch version to review, so the common people who aren't following Rehydrated like we are seeing these reviews and are seeing the horrible looking gameplay, and they're probably turning away from it. Like I've seen comments like, this just looks like a budget PS2 title. It doesn't look good. I keep seeing those comments, and I'm like, that's what's going to draw viewers away, or draw people away from the game. So I feel like that is a real issue. Like, you could say, yeah, but all this stuff's going to be patched day one, but impressions matter. People are seeing these reviews that are coming out day one, particularly for the Switch version, which is probably the most popular console for this game. I mean, think about it, maybe besides PC. But, I mean, I think the Switch version was going to sell best out of all three of them. But the Switch version looks absolutely abysmal, and they're seeing that in these reviews. Whether or not it's patched tomorrow is irrelevant. This is what people are seeing in these reviews. And when people see it, this game doesn't look good, they're not going to buy it. Or they'll wait for it to go on sale, and it's not going to be good. Which really concerns me, because like I said, I'm getting the Switch version. So I really hope that every single bug and issue I saw in there is patched up. Some of the glitches, whatever, because actually Shift just posted a video about the glitches in the game, at least the one he played on PC. So I mean, hey, those glitches are being used for speedrunning, so hey, we're already making miles there. But the glitches that, again, like THQ and Purple Lamp say, that intrude on casual play, that's where things need to be addressed. And I'm really hoping that they're going to do that before day one. Okay, so enough about that. Let's talk about the hype about Rehydrated from the very start. For a lot of people have been sharing, well, not a lot of people, but some people have been sharing their stories of the day they found out that Rehydrated was coming out. So let me share my story. I think I shared it once before, but I'll share it again. I was in the car waiting, I was doing work, like I was working. And I got a Twitter notification on my phone from THQ Nordic with "Are you ready, kids?" as the tweet, and I just lost my mind because I knew it was a little yellow guy up here, and I was just over the moon when I saw that. And then the trailer came out like 10 minutes later, and it was just so epic. The amount of hype, the amount of everything that was going on at that moment was just insanity. There was so much going on when that trailer got revealed, and I'm so happy that it got revealed when it did. It was perfect timing, right before E3, because if it happened during E3, it might have gotten drowned in some of the hype. Like, it got a decent amount of hype from what I saw. And yeah, from there, obviously, we saw a lot at Gamescom in August, and then PAX East a few months later, and we started seeing more and more gameplay, mostly of Jellyfish Fields, but then, more details started to get out, and the hype just grew from there, and you guys kind of know the rest of the story, what I've been doing on the channel, what I've been covering, and it's just been a ride, man. It's just been an absolute ride. Like, I've been watching some gameplay, again, like, gameplay that people like Game Explain and Shift and all those people have been putting out, and the PC, again, like, the Switch version looks absolutely awful, but the PC version of the game that Shift's playing is gorgeous. It looks so perfect. It looks so good. I really hope that, the Switch version gets patched up. I mean, obviously, it's not going to look as good as the PC version, but I at least want it, touched up so that it actually runs decent. And it's such a shame that all this negative publicity is coming to the game, because this is the start of THQ Nordic getting, or doing Nickelodeon games again. And I think that this one was the big one, right? Battle for Bikini Bottom, the Nickelodeon game that everyone wanted back. And to see that it's getting negative press because of its pre-patch stuff is really sad, to be completely honest. So I really hope that the game comes out, maybe people update their reviews or put up a different impressions video, because I think once this patch comes out, I'm really hoping that it actually fixes a lot of stuff. And I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but Shift posted a video earlier already talking about speedrunning strats. Like there are things in there that look so cool for the speedrunners out there. Like, there are going to be things that people are going to practice and become speedrunners of the game, because, like, I think Shift didn't really think that Rehydrated would be a great speedrunning game, and maybe it still won't. But he posted a decent video showing some tricks already found before the game even releases. And Purple Lamp, or THQ, one of them, said themselves that they're not going to be taking out the glitches like, like presuming the Spongebob one and Rock Bottom that he showed off. They're not going to be taking out those glitches that don't intrude on the actual casual gameplay. Those ones will stay in for the speedrunners, and that's a great nod to the speedrunning community who helped bring this game back into the spotlight. I think the only one major question mark still is the soundtrack. I mean, I haven't really seen much from Sheriff the Great, who obviously is the music aficionado, and he hasn't really said too much about the soundtrack. I mean, I think he's like me, and he hasn't really been watching the leaked gameplay, so obviously he hasn't really been hearing the soundtrack in action. But, I mean, I'm presuming he get the Steam version so he can get the digital version of the soundtrack, so I'm presuming that he will, talk about the soundtrack at some point. I mean, I don't care either way. I'm not a audiophile. I'm not that kind of person, so it doesn't really matter much to me, but I'm interested to see how the soundtrack really comes out at the end of the day. I mean, again, a lot of people have already seen it from the leaked footage and all that, but I haven't watched an ounce of leaked footage, so I'm still kind of going in blind. Oh, and Shift showed off SpongeBob's Dream yesterday in an official, obviously released video by him. And oh my god, SpongeBob's Dream on the PC looked absolutely gorgeous. It looked so good. It looked beautiful. And I cannot wait. I mean, SpongeBob's Dream is one of my favorite, levels in the game. And I'm really interested to see how I'm going to like the PC, or the new version, the Rehydrated version. And actually, something he pointed out in the video is that Purple Lamp, initially, we're going to make those music notes bigger in Squidward's Dream to make it easier. And I'm so glad that they didn't. It's crazy, though. They're, again, with the accessibility changes, the more gameplay I'm seeing from the reviews particularly, It shows where Sandy's gonna land when she jumps, and I really just hate all of those accessibility changes, like all of them. It's like anytime something's going to like be thrown at a player, or something's gonna come down from the sky, there's gonna be something telling you exactly where it goes. I just don't really like that much. Like a shadow indicator is one thing, but a flashing, or not even flashing, but like a bright red circle, like very obvious that you just avoid this circle and you're fine. It makes things seem mind-numbing. And Game Explain's review talked about a concern I had about the multiplayer. Because of because of the dumbed down combat in this game, I was scared that the multiplayer mode wasn't gonna be, you know, that much fun. It's just gonna be mind-numbing. It's gonna be boring. Just keep attacking enemies. And it's more gonna be cool because of the novelty of having Robot Squidward there and Patrick's Dream. Like, it's just gonna be a novelty and not much of an actual fun experience. And from what Game Explain said, and you know, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Everyone might think of the multiplayer mode differently. But he said that the multiplayer mode wasn't that much fun. It was very mind-numbing, very mindless, boring. So that's something I'm really, really nervous about. But I'm still excited at the end of the day, guys. Like, if anything, I'll just pick up the Xbox version as well and just play that. Because that will obviously run better. But I want it on the Switch. I want to be able to play it on the Switch and be comfortable with it running well and not fear having to deal with slowdown and pop-up all the time. Like, oh my god, it looks so bad. But what do you guys think? We are one day away. I'm hyped. You can guys see up here. If you're on my Twitter, you know I have a whole shelf that I cleared out, and I'm putting Spongebob stuff up there. Obviously, my Fun Edition, the statues. I'm going to try and make it all fit in there. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to try my best. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. All that stuff down below. And until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.